Top 7 Most Dangerous Kids Toys. What's up guys, Mr. Top 7's here, coming at you with a brand new video. If you haven't already, make sure to click the subscribe button below as I'm gonna be giving away more Amazon gift cards starting next week. The only way to be entered is if you're subscribed, so don't miss out. Also, help us break over 5,000 likes on this video and we'll cover even more insane toys. Make sure to stick around till the end of this video as I'll be announcing today's winners. With that said, let's get started. Toys have been around for an eternity. As long as there's been children on this earth, there's been a manufacturer producing bright and shiny new things each and every month. Most of the time, companies have the little one's best interest in mind. However, whether it be an oversight or just plain unintentional negligence, there's been a huge variety of playthings that have proven to be anything but fun. From malfunctioning devices to flat out health and life hazards, today, let's take a look at the top 7 most dangerous toys. Number 7. Cabbage Patch Snacktime Kids. During the Christmas season of 1996, kids got a little more than they could chew, or rather, than their doll could chew. The Cabbage Patch Snacktime Kids were designed to eat little plastic snacks that were given to them by the child. Once inserted into the mouth, the little bits of poly would travel down the back of the doll and redeposit into a backpack that hung off the back. While it may sound innocent enough, an oversight in the design missed an obvious safety issue. That same mechanism that ate the snacks had no problem grabbing and devouring fingers and hair too. After a whole bunch of kids got hurt to varying degrees, Mattel, the manufacturer, and the Consumer Product Safety Commission voluntarily withdrew the product from shelves just a month later in January of 1997. Number 6. Moon Shoes. Moon shoes have been around for quite some time, and in fact, continue to be stocked on shelves to this day. However, earlier designs for these rebound footwear devices were just a bit more, how do we say this, stupidly designed. Originally introduced in the 1950s, these bouncy miniature foot trampolines were constructed mostly from metal, which was the first red flag in a series of baffling manufacturing choices. Unsurprisingly, there was a slew of broken bones that followed, temporarily taking them off the market until Nickelodeon rebranded them to feature closed sides, bungee-styled springs, and a plastic rather than unforgiving metal construction. Number 5. The Masterson Derringer Belt Gun. Now, the name is slightly misleading. Of course, this isn't a real gun marketed towards children, but it's got 1950s danger written all over it. Back in less technological times, otherwise known as the era when kids still went outside, the Masterson Derringer Belt Gun was one of the coolest toys a kid could sport on the playground. What was there not to love? It worked as a bitchin' belt buckle that would fly out and fire a small pelt at the touch of a button. As you can probably guess, firing off miniature explosives so close to the groin is generally regarded as a bad idea, but it didn't stop hordes of children from sporting this crotch-ruining nightmare. In case you're wondering, a lot of little ones took some damage. Number 4. Creepy Crawlers. If you're a boy or had brothers, you're probably familiar with this nostalgic cook-em-up toy. Similar to an easy bake oven, this little baking station allowed for kids to make colorful insect creations out of goop and pewter molds. All they had to do was insert it into the oven-shaped device and let the light bulb generated heating mechanism inside reach a scalding 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Being dangerous enough as is, the original models released in the 1960s featured components that got even hotter, creating lava-hot, toxic liquid plastic that could easily burn the shit out of anyone, kids and parents alike. And of course, burn it did. A plethora of hospitalizations led to an ongoing tinkering of this bafflingly dangerous kids toy. Number 3. The Fingerprint Kit. The hit CBS show CSI became something of a marketing Goliath during its heyday, spawning a huge variety of merchandise targeted at both children and adults. The one thing you don't expect to find in licensed paraphernalia is the future threat of mesothelioma. Allowing little ones to search for fingerprints, just like the TV program, kids would use the supplied dust inside to locate and play detective with prints. The only problem? The dust contained as much as 7% tremolite, one of the most fatal forms of asbestos you can possibly find. Making matters worse, according to the media, manufacturers denied any such thing and continued to sell the toy despite the massive hazards. After controversy, it was finally quietly pulled from shelves in 2009. Number 2. Hoverboards. This is one of those toys that aren't just for kids. Sending the world into a frenzy, these badass dual-wheeled balancing scooters were unveiled during the holiday season of 2015. They quickly became one of the hottest gifts of the season, selling in record numbers both in-store and online. However, fast forward to just a couple of months later, and over 500,000 of these roly-poly death machines were recalled. The reason? Spontaneous combustion, as in the battery packs installed would without warning erupt into flames, shooting sparks, smoke, and fire in every direction.
Smoking though, get the fire extinguisher, bruh. Oh my god.
Needless to say, there were tons of injuries, and they've now become the butt of bad present jokes all over the world. Number 1. Lawn darts. Known by many as simply jarts, this classic kid killer tops our list for its sheer ridiculous amount of injuries and problems caused in its wake. While other entries on this list may have been pulled, modified, and re-released in a safer format, lawn darts simply got an outright ban. If you're not familiar with them, they're basically hard plastic oversized darts with a pointed steel tip meant to be hurled across a backyard and played with target rings. It's also worth noting that they're heavy, sharp, and dangerous as hell even for an alert adult, which prompted the company to release a "for grown-ups only" disclaimer on the box. Printed warning or not, there's been an estimated 6,000 injuries that required hospitalization due to playing with them, not even counting the 3 kids it killed and the 11-year-old girl that ended up in a coma on account of it. Yeah, we're guessing the ban was probably a good idea. Thanks for watching Interesting Top 7s. Which of these toys was the craziest to you? Drop me a comment. And the moment you've been waiting for, this week's Amazon gift card winners are users Alabama Kings 09, Hio Clan, Les Paul 902, and Invader Zim 1337. If you're one of these lucky winners, make sure and check your inbox. Want your own chance to win? Click the subscribe button below to be automatically entered in our next giveaway. This is Mr. Top 7s, and I'll see you in the next video.